This next battle is Jingleheimer versus Dark Lord, and this is quite an interesting battle. So Jingleheimer is leading with Aggron, and Dark Lord is leading with Corviknight. So Aggron has the option of going for a rock move, which will hit neutrally against Corviknight, and Corviknight has the option of going for a steel move, which will hit neutrally against Aggron. So it's hard to say who really wins this matchup right here. We'll see what happens. Aggron goes for a Cell Rock, does not very much to Corviknight. Corviknight goes for Fissure, hits, turn one, boom. I laughed so hard when I watched this battle the first time. I was dying. I was like, no way. Little bit of backstory. Before this battle happened, Dark, I talked very briefly with Dark because he was telling me that he was about to do his battle and stuff. And he told me, he sent me a whisper on Discord, and it said, I'm going for Fissure turn one. He said, I don't care what the matchup is. Turn one, I'm going for Fissure. And I'm like, what are you doing, Dark? You're gonna lose. He's like, I don't care. I'm going for Fissure turn one. And he hits it. So the interesting thing to think about, which I will bring up again at the end of this battle, how much of a difference does this Fissure actually make? Of course, hitting a Fissure is very lucky, and it completely kills the opponent that it gets hit by it. So in a lot of ways, this battle is a 5v6 right at the start, because Jingleheimer lost a Pokemon and Dark still has basically all 6. He just lost a little bit of health on his Corviknight. However, we'll see. Did it make a big difference or did it not? We'll get back to that a little bit later. Okay, so Jingle goes into Zebstrika, and of course Zebstrika electric to fight Corviknight, and Dark predicts that. He sees what's going on, switches into Flygon. Very good play to soak up that electric damage. Dark maybe needs to be thinking at this point in the game about whether the Zebstrika has a fairy move available as its 4th slot, because that is a possibility. Looks like he wasn't worried about that. Goes for Earth Power on the Mr. Mime. Does have to switch out, and he switches into his Corviknight again. Doesn't take very much damage from that Disarming Voice. And so this is actually really big here. Corviknight went for Iron Tail against the Mr. Mime. Would have definitely killed the Mr. Mime if it hit it. He does miss. So Iron Tail is 100 base power, 75% accuracy. So it's not very accurate. You kind of expect it to miss, at least some of the time. But I did actually do the calc for this afterwards, because I was quite curious, because Abomasnow is ice type, and ice is weak to steel. Not only steel, but this is Iron Tail, big damage. It ends up doing like 80%. So this Abomasnow switched into the Corviknight, and if it got hit by this Iron Tail, it would have again taken 80% damage. So very big miss for Dark there. And we'll see what happens. So the Abomasnow staying in, goes for an Ice Punch. Corviknight goes for Iron Tail, misses again. Again, if it hit, this Abomasnow is pretty much dead. But he missed 2 Iron Tails in a row. Pretty unfortunate for Dark. He can always go for a 3rd. Ice Punch again on this Corviknight. Goes for Iron Tail, misses again. He missed 3 Iron Tails in a row. Any one of those Iron Tails would have basically killed this Abomasnow, but all 3 of them missed. So very unlucky for Dark Lord there, because we see very clearly the Abomasnow is faster than the Corviknight. So Dark has to switch out here if he wants to keep his Corviknight, because it would have just died there. Switches into Klefki, which is also steel type. Goes for Play Rough. Not sure what his steel move is there, but he misses that too. So at this point, Dark hit his Fissure, but he's missing everything else. And Exploud is here to fight the Klefki. Not entirely sure why the Exploud came in on the Klefki. We'll see. Play Rough does okay damage. There's Psywave. Not bad there. Psywave doing some pretty good damage. It is, of course, random. Actually, hold on. That was quite a lot of damage, in fact, for Psywave. So we'll see exactly how much damage that did. So this Klefki is at 103 health. And Psywave brought it down to 28. So that's what is that 75 damage, the highest possible Psywave roll. So again, very lucky for Jingle to get the highest possible roll on Psywave there, which will make it an easy 2-hit KO. It very possibly would have 2-hit KO'd anyway, but it makes it a lot easier for Jingle to get that. And here comes Floatzel to finish off the Exploud. It goes for Brine and will easily clean it up. And Jingleheimer probably going to be going back into that Zebstrika, and he does, but easy switch into Flygon for Dark. Good prediction for Jingle to go for Vice Grip there to try and get off a little bit of damage, but it doesn't do too much. And this Flygon goes for Knockoff, which does look like it's going to 2-hit KO this Mr. Mime. So good prediction by Dark as well. And the Flygon should be faster than Mr. Mime, depending on natures and IVs and stuff. But as far as just base stats go, Flygon is faster. So all he has to do is go for Knockoff again, and this Mr. Mime is gone. So now Dark has himself in a very good situation. The Abomasnow does come in, and this Abomasnow is the biggest threat on Jingle's team for Dark's team, because Dark has this Flygon who's got a good move set, and everything but the Abomasnow is weak to the Flygon, basically, and the Mr. Mime also, but the Mr. Mime just died. So at this point, Dark knows that his Flygon's useful because he can use it for the Zebstrika. So he's definitely going to be switching out here against the Abomasnow. Which, again, by the way, could have been a dead Abomasnow by this point had those Iron Tails hit. Abomasnow goes for Ice Punch. Umbreon comes in. Umbreon is very tanky. Goes for Feint Attack. Ice Punch again, and it looks like Dark Lord is going to basically be trading out his Umbreon for this Abomasnow. He probably can very clearly see that the Umbreon's not going to beat the Abomasnow, but he doesn't actually need it to. He just needs to weaken it. Ooh, we got a Machamp in chat. Boom. Hype Pokemon for a hype battle. Make sure you catch that one. Very fitting. But we'll keep on going here. And so Umbreon going for Feint Attack again. Not going to kill the Abomasnow, but it will weaken it enough that he can kill it with something else. And we'll see what that something else is. It's a Flareon. So Dark goes into Flareon here for the Abomasnow. And Jingle has to switch out. But the Flareon goes for Fire Punch, which does almost half health. Dark doesn't want to risk it. So he does switch into Floatzel here. And this Floatzel should be able to pick up a kill one way or another. Goes for Brine. The Golurk stays in. It didn't have a whole lot of options, but the Golurk goes down here because of that Brine. And this Floatzel is actually a pretty big threat now too, because the Brine would also just kill the Abomasnow. So I don't think Dark actually has to keep the Flygon at this point, or he doesn't have to keep the Floatzel. I think he really just needs the Flygon. So I think it was technically a bit of a dangerous play to switch into Flygon there. I don't think he necessarily needed to do that. I think he could have just sacked the Floatzel. But he does what he does. And this Flygon goes for Dragon Rage to finish off the Abomasnow. And now that this Abomasnow is down, Dark's basically won already at this point, because the Flygon, as we've seen, very, very clearly beats the Zebstrika. And so that'll pretty much be it. Earth Power from the Flygon will not quite take out the Zebstrika, but the Zebstrika isn't able to do much. Not sure why he switched here. That was very unnecessary. But regardless, Jingle goes for Wild Charge to take himself out the honorable way. That's respectable. And so again, just to go back to it, to go back to the question once again, how big of a difference did that fissure actually make? We saw that on Dark's team, by far the Pokemon that put in the most work, the biggest threat to Jingle's team was the Flygon. And the Aggron would also just get one shot by Flygon. So I would argue that the turn 1 fissure didn't actually make nearly as big of a difference as the 3 misses that Dark Lord had with the Iron Tail on his Corviknight, because the biggest threat from Jingle's side ended up being the Abomasnow, because the Abomasnow was the answer to the Flygon. So hard to say for sure, of course, but very interesting battle one way or another. And GG's.